going on, everybody? Cabana Greg here, and in today's video, one sec. We're going to be taking a look at some of the stuff that I bought at a video game swap meet. So that was pretty cool. It's my first one I've ever been to, so I'm pretty excited to show you guys what exactly I picked up from this thing. So just a little bit of context here. When I was younger, I really didn't, I couldn't get like a new game as soon as it came out. The main way that I bought games when I was a kid was I sold a lot of my older stuff to buy, new stuff, which I'm sure is not like a foreign concept to people, but it's something that I did and something that I do definitely regret because I lost a lot of like really cool, hard to find stuff, and I also just lost a lot of like games that I really loved playing. So the whole purpose for me going to this swap meet today was to kind of rebuild a lot of my game collection that I had from years ago. Specifically today, I was picking up stuff from the Wii and the GameCube era. I also have like one Vita game, one DS game. Like there's some other pieces thrown in there for good measure, but the main focus for me today at this swap meet at least was to get some GameCube stuff and some Wii stuff. So we're gonna be taking a look at what exactly I got from this swap meet, and if you wanna see more stuff like this, feel free to let me know. But to be honest, I had a real fun time going to this swap meet, and I'll probably just go to some more in the future regardless. There were a lot of people that I ended up chatting with, vendors and just people like me who were there to buy some cool stuff, and it was a good time. It was actually a lot of fun.
All right, everybody, I got my bag of goodies over here, and we're going to go through everything that I picked up at the swap meet. And the first game is it's a game I'd never played before, but all my friends said, don't listen to the haters. It's a really good game on its own. It's just a very good game in the entire series of games. And honestly, I've never played a single game in this franchise, and that is Star Fox. So I picked up Star Fox Adventures on the GameCube. And yeah, like I said, never played this game before, but looking forward to trying it out. And yeah, maybe if I like this game, I'll try out Star Fox 64 or something. But yeah, never played Star Fox before. Alrighty, so the next game is a game that I used to love playing when I was a kid. I unfortunately sold this game when I was a lot younger, and I regret it every single day, but now I have it back. Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door. GameCube as well. Now, I don't know if this is my favorite Paper Mario game. We're going to be seeing another Paper Mario game that I picked up today that I think is my favorite one still. I'm going to have to replay this one to just kind of confirm that. But yeah, Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door. Very happy to have that one back in my collection. And the next is a game, I only played the third game in the series, but never the first, and that is Metroid Prime. It's crazy because when I got my Wii for the first time years ago, I picked up Metroid Prime 3. I loved it so much. But yeah, I'd never, owned these games on the GameCube. I never played Corruption, so I'm hoping to pick up that as well. But I also heard that Nintendo is making a collection for the Switch, so maybe I'll just hold off and wait until that comes out, or just, I get them both. Who knows? Okay, and then next I have probably my favorite Mario Party personally. I still think it's like the best one for me. And that's Mario Party 4. Probably a hot take for a lot of people. I'm sure 2 is the one that people reference the most as being their favorite, but I think 4 is definitely my personal favorite, so I'm really happy I picked this one up as well. Also, it's crazy how Mario Party games go for so much now. It is nuts. And they're just Mario Party games. I have no idea. But yeah, this was definitely worth it. All right, and then the next game is another one that I sold when I was a lot younger. Again, super regret doing that now, but I'm just happy to have this game back in my collection, and that is Melee, Super Smash Bros. Melee. Of course, a classic. We don't really have to spend too much time on this one, but yeah, I saw this at a booth. Actually, the same booth where I got Mario Party 4. So I was pretty happy to find this there as well, and I just picked up both. And yeah, Super Smash Bros. Melee is another one. Alrighty, the next game is probably one of my favorite video game movie adaptation games ever made. That is King Kong. Now, I didn't have this game originally on the GameCube, but I decided to pick it up just because I saw it in one of the booths. And, I really like this game. I think this game is super just underrated. Maybe not underrated because there's a pretty decent cult following behind this game, but goes without saying this is probably my favorite video game adaptation of a movie license thing that I've ever played. It's super awesome. If you can find it on the Xbox 360 though, I would say play it on there. But yeah, just again, happy to have this one back, and I'll probably play this one soon. Okay, next is my favorite Monkey Ball in the series, and that is Super Monkey Ball 2. I definitely overpaid for this one. But I really love Super Monkey Ball 2, and I'm excited to pick it up and play it again. I never bought the Super Monkey Ball collection that came out on current gen systems, but I probably will pick that up at some point. Okay, and then next we have, I think, my favorite 3D Mario game. This again may get me some hate in the comments, but you know what? This is my favorite 3D Mario game. It is Super Mario Galaxy. I remember playing Galaxy when it first came out, and I loved it so much, and I had a good time with Super Mario Galaxy through and through, and I do think it is probably my favorite of the 3D Mario games, hands down. Okay, next we have another Smash Bros. Game. Again, regretted selling this, but I'm happy to have it back, and that is Brawl. Now, with Brawl, I remember waiting in line at midnight to pick this thing up at a GameStop. This was back when I did shop at, like, GameStops and whatnot. But, I was super pumped for this game. Waited outside in the freezing cold just to play it at midnight. And I regret selling this game 100%, but, I'm happy that I have it back now in my collection. Okay, next is a game that I've talked about in the past in a previous video. I think it is probably one of the best Wii games ever, and it's also one of my personal favorite puzzle games of all time. This is Zac and Wiki. And this is such a good puzzle game. I mean, I cannot say enough good things about this game. I just remember playing it over and over and over again, loving the puzzles, loving the challenge, loving the little, I think his name's Wiki. I think he's Wiki. He's Zac, yeah. So, super big fan of this game. If you have not played it, please do yourself a favor and try and find it somewhere. It goes pretty cheap used, but it's definitely one of my favorite puzzle games on the Wii, and one of my favorite Wii games in general. Okay, so yeah, the next game here is definitely going to cause a little stir in the comments, but this is my favorite Paper Mario game, Super Paper Mario on the Wii. And I just think that the story of this game is really cool. It's really awesome, and Bowser isn't the main, villain here. We get some new villains, some cool gameplay. It's a departure from the classic Paper Mario structure, but I do like a lot of the risks that the team took with this game specifically. And I think that's why it's my favorite. It's just the story and some of the gameplay changes and things like that. All right, so the next game I picked up is actually one that I don't think is like an incredible game. I just really love the track selection, and the music in this game is awesome, and it's Samba De Amigo on the Wii. I'm a little bummed about this one just because it does have like a little, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's like a little chip here. Yeah, I don't know. I think that this game there's some issues with the motion controls, but those aside, I think the music selection is really top notch. And I'm super happy just because I think, even if the controls aren't great, the music's awesome. So that's kind of like why I picked it up. And it's super cheap too. So, alrighty, this next game is probably one of my favorite racing games, one that I used to play a ton when I was a kid, when I was younger, and that is Pure on the Xbox 360. Yeah, I'm curious if you guys have heard of Pure, played Pure, but it's definitely one of my favorites. And I think that the vehicle customization alone is one of the reasons why I wanted to replay it, because there really is a lot of customization available to that type of a game. And then next we have here is actually, I've never played this game at all. It's Final Fantasy X and X-2. The cool thing about this, when I went to go pick this up actually, was that I asked the guy, is there a... because the way it works on the Vita is you have Final Fantasy X, the actual physical, cartridge that I just showed you guys, is this guy. But on X-2, it's a digital code only. So I asked him, like, hey, do you know if the code was redeemed? Because this was used, and he was like, no, actually, I don't think so. You might be lucky, and I don't think whoever owned this had used the code. And then sure enough, I went on the PlayStation Network store for the Vita and was able to redeem Final Fantasy X-2. So I only paid like, I don't know, 30 or 20, something like that, $25 maybe for this thing, and it actually had both games, so I was pretty excited about that. Already, I have two left here. One of them is actually sealed new, and it's a game I've never played at all, which is might make some of you go, what the heck? But I've never played this one. It is Majora's Mask on the 3DS, and I've never played this one. Just it's still sealed, so can't really open it up and show you guys what's in here. But yeah, never played Majora's Mask. Only played Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker, so I'm excited to check out Majora's Mask. And I know a lot of people love this one and also think it's whatever. It's just one of those types of games, so I'm excited to see what it's all about and what I end up thinking after playing it. This last one, I I didn't really have any self-control. As soon as I bought it, I kind of immediately opened it up and started playing it today, just because I'm a big fan of the series. This is by no means my favorite game in the series, but I just haven't played this game in a long time, and I was looking forward to solving some puzzles. And that is Professor Layton and the Curious Village. So this was actually, it was sealed new, but like I said, I immediately I opened it up and yeah, I started playing. So that's where we're at with this one. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the Professor Layton series. Like I said, I don't think this is definitely not the best one. And I think if I had to say what my favorite one was out of the ones that I did play, which were, it was the first three, I would say Unwound Future, the last one's probably my favorite. But I still think that Curious Village is a lot of fun. If you like puzzle games, you'll love this. And also, I just love the animation style and the 2D cutscenes. Like, I think it's a really good time. And, I was super excited to start playing this, like, as soon as I got it back here. So that is why it is no longer sealed, and that is why the game is no longer in the cartridge, or the cartridge is no longer in the case. See, I can't even talk about this game. I'm probably going to go play it after this, to be honest. Alrighty, you guys, so I went ahead and cleared everything from the table, and I just want to say thanks so much for tuning in and watching what exactly I picked up today from the swap meet. If you want to see more stuff like this in the future, feel free to let me know, because I'm definitely going to be hitting up more of these video game swap meets going forward. There's definitely some stuff that I wish I could have picked up this time, but I just couldn't find those specific games, so I'm hoping on like a subsequent visit to, the swap meet, I'll be able to find something cool, something new maybe I haven't played before, or something I have played and just don't have in my collection anymore, and I just kind of want to add it back to it. So again, yeah, thanks guys for tuning in, and I'll see you all on the next video, and take it easy.